to sponsor visas for migrant workers to come in and occupy.
Well, hey, there's a solution.
Well, yeah. I mean, but meanwhile, we're trying to build a fucking wall. So, and speaking of, to get back to pop culture.
Yeah.
So I've actually watched more stuff recently because I've been packing. Because I just will have it on the background while I'm doing that. So I watched the first season. I watched the first season of a show called The Good Girls. I think it's called The Good Girls.
Okay.
It's got the woman who plays Joan on Mad Men.
Okay.
And I think her name is Retta, the woman who said "treat yourself" in Parks and Recreation.
Yeah.
And then I don't remember the other actress, but she's been in a ton of stuff. She was one of the ex-girlfriends. I think she was one of the she was one of the ex-girlfriends
of Jerry Seinfeld.
No,
there's so many.
In Scott Pilgrim.
Oh, okay.
And she was in Parenthood. She played Lauren Graham's daughter in that show. And she's been in tons of stuff. Anyway, it's the show is about these three women who become criminals, basically, and like they're all. It ends up being a really good show. I liked it a lot.
Okay, I'll check that out.
It's really interesting because the whole, it's. Yes, they're criminals, but it's also them kind of taking charge of their circumstances, and because because patriarchy has let them down. Yeah, screwed them over. Yeah.
There's a movie that's out right now with sort of a similar premise, isn't it? Called Widows or something like that.
Oh yeah. It's not quite like that. No. But I see why. Yeah, I see where the comparison could be made there, because it's the guys who went out. Like, I guess the story is that they get either caught or killed or something like that. And
but
so
the
they
women have the money, and now they have to defend themselves against whoever they stole it from. They're coming to get them. Yeah. That looks like a good movie, actually.
Yet another Liam Neeson joint, or at least he's in it for a little bit. Then the other thing I watched was the most recent season of Arrested Development.
Oh my God, I've been watching that too.
Yeah, I think this is way better than the previous season. I
agree.
So much
season
better.
Season 4 was weak. I didn't even like the way they reworked it that much.
Yeah.
Excuse me. Sorry, Suzu. Your cat is nesting on my lap, but she's kind of putting her claws into my leg.
It's a cat thing.
Yeah. Well,
I've always been used to that with cats anyway. They get comfortable. They do their little biscuits with like the claws.
Bit too much on the claws. Suzu.
She's also not super good at being in laps.
She's trying.
Yeah.
She's got her big body sort of hanging over my leg.
Chunky Sue.
She's okay. Yeah,
she's kind of on a diet.
Is she?
Yeah, she gets just a third of a cup of food for the whole day.
Oh.
So.
Well, we'll see.
And it's a weight control food.
By this summer, we'll get results.
Maybe. I don't know. We'll see.
Oh. No, she's good.
I'm
fine.
dreading moving her because she
doesn't like being in the car.
She hates the car.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just got to be one time. So I got her a new crate, and I got these puppy pads, right? Because her defense in the car is to pee through the box. Yeah. So I'm just like, I'm going to tape the entire inside of it, almost like a padded cell kind of thing, and then be like, okay, here you go, have at it.
Just make her as comfortable as possible.
it's like a 10-minute drive, and it'll be fine. She'll be fine. I'll get the whole place set up, and then everything in the place, and then get her in there last.
I moved my cat Jet from Brooklyn back here.
Oh yeah,
like 9 years ago, and
that's a long way.
Yeah. She was fine. I was a mess. I got, I just had my like little small luggage because I shipped almost everything else that I was bringing back from New York. And I took Jet to the airport, and we got to security, and the guy who's walking me through the metal detector, he's like, is that an animal in there? I'm like, yes, it's my cat. He's like, you need to take her out. You have to carry her through. I'm like, no, I can't take her out. She's going to bolt. And he's like, well, you have to, because I can't send her through the x-ray. I was like, oh yeah, of course. Yeah. So I take her out, and she's like claws hugging me around my neck and claws in my back. And this lady behind me in line is like, oh, what a beautiful cat. She goes to touch her and I just go, lady, don't.
Why would anybody do that with a cat that's freaking out?
I have no shoes on, right? And I have this cat.
Yeah.
So I get through the metal detector and I put her back in her little box or carrier. And she was like, fine. She's just looking around, you know. We got through the terminal. We got on the plane and I tucked her under the seat in front of me. We're about halfway through the flight and I thought, I better check on her. You know, like maybe she needs water. I don't know. It's like a 4.5-hour flight. And I look in the little thing and she's just looking up at me all sweet. And the lady next to me is like, oh my God, do you have a cat in a bag? I was like, yeah. She's like, she's being so good. I know. She wasn't meowing at all. She's probably just too freaked out to do anything.
Yeah, Susu, without being sedated, she's not going anywhere.
Yeah.
Long distance for sure.
Well, I tried.
Yeah.
I went to the vet and I asked for sedation. The vet was like, I'm not going to do that more than 24 hours before you've traveled.
Oh, sure.
When's your flight? It's early morning. Okay. No, I'm not going to do that. It's not going to help you anyway. He's like, take a Sudafed, cut it in half. You know how you have to, if you give a cat or dog a pill, you have to like massage it down?
Yeah.
So, but he's like, experiment with it at home just to see how she reacts. And I'm like, are you sure this is safe?
That's weird. That doesn't sound kosher.
It felt like kitty cat abuse. So we tried it at my apartment and she hated it. She fought me, but I got it in her little mouth and down her throat and she slept fine and was fine the next day. So the day of the trip, you know, I got up early to pack her in and I was going to do this Sudafed trick and she freaking knew that it was coming. So
she's like, we've had a dry run at this. I know the drill.
Not only chase her around the whole damn apartment, but when I finally got the pill in her mouth, she just started foaming and like spit it out and had pink Sudafed like coatings.
Oh, jeez.
And I was like, oh my God, now I really do feel like I'm abusing her. So I just gave her a bunch of water and put her in the bag without it. And she was fine. She was fine. It was like really just me and my nerves. I should have popped a Sudafed or like a Xanax or something. God.
But I liked the Arrested Development. I finished it up last night.
Oh, good. I'm about 3 episodes from the end of the season, but so far I'm enjoying it a lot.
Yeah,
they answer a lot of things that were kind of up in the air.
Yeah,
I really like what they do with Maybe's character. I
love Maybe. Yeah, I think she's my favorite character.
She becomes a lot more versatile.
Yeah. We'll have to talk about it a little bit more when you're finished with it and give spoiler warnings because
she just keeps bringing up
fresh.
Kissing cousins. George Michael is like, it's hard to tell if she's serious.
But
good times.
Indeed.
What else have I been watching? House of Cards, the most recent season that had some interesting twists. I don't know where they're going to go from here, though, to be honest.
Is it going to keep going?
I don't know if that show can keep going.
Yeah.
I think they're running out of steam.
I thought they were running out of steam with like the 3rd season.
Really?
Yeah, I haven't watched it for a while now.
Yeah. I mean, there's all the Kevin Spacey drama, right?
Right.
So they got rid of him.
Yeah.
And that was actually kind of predictable. You almost see that coming.
Yeah.
Before this most recent season. And Robin Wright. Right?
Yep.
Yeah, she is a really good actress.
Yes.
And really owns the role, but yeah, again, I don't know if there's many more places they could go.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Arrested Development, House of Cards, Survivor. Those are the things that I've been watching a lot. And, my game shows as always. I took the Jeopardy online test today.
Oh, yeah?
Right before I came over here. I did terrible. I've taken it 5 years in a row. I think this was the year that I did the worst.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah. I must have it's an off day.
I wonder, Think never tried it. That's the one game show I'd be interested in going on. Jeopardy is my favorite to watch.
It is fun to watch.
It's actually I think it might be the only game show I actually do watch. I was excited when I found they had episodes on Netflix and stuff. I started watching that.
That is fun.
That was good. I liked that.
I guess I'm just off. Today was an off day. I haven't been practicing.
I'm having an off few months.
Yeah.
I have not been sleeping the last few days.
Ooh.
So, as the audience now knows, I'm single. I have, I'm curious. I've never been on a dating app before. I think I was talking to you a little bit about this the other day.
I told you how much I hate Tinder.
Yes.
Yeah, but
I really
Bumble's
don't have
supposed
an
to be
interest.
okay.
So that's what I got. When I was talking to Jake and Kelsey in Portland, and Kelsey was like, "Oh, you got to get on Bumble." And she's like, "Make yourself a profile, do that." I'm like, So I still hesitated with it. Plus, I'm not really sure what I want to do with anything. It would be kind of nice to just hang out with somebody.
Mm-hmm.
I am not interested in getting back into another relationship, really. I'm also, I started thinking about it. I'm thinking I'm a real catch at this point. I'm 36 years old. I have a cat. I have
And
a
a
bunch of
job.
stuff. I have okay, so I'm accentuating the negative right now, so excuse me for a moment. I have a whole bunch of just stuff. I will have a tiny apartment. But, pro to that, I suppose, is that it's not in a complex. It's just this little like duplex thing. And I don't want kids. I'm kind of grumpy. I don't know. It just doesn't seem like.
These are all the search terms I put in when I'm looking for stuff.
Yeah, non-religious.
Divorced.
I've been divorced. That's true.
Yeah.
And
I challenge that. I think you are a catch. You're imagining the wrong market, maybe.
I suppose so. I also would like, I was thinking about this because, of course, I connected my Spotify profile with it because...
You can do that?
You can.
Oh.
So you can attach your Instagram account and you can attach your Spotify.
That's interesting.
And, so because music is so important to me, I wanted that to be like there.
Yeah.
Like you can see what, some of the stuff that I listen to, and but I was thinking it would be nice, and maybe this already exists, if you could, if there were some sort of matching thing based on your stuff, like your interests, like what, I don't.
If you could just have a scanner and scan all the barcodes of everything that you...
Something, or just like a questionnaire. I don't know, filling out your top 5 list or something, or what your tastes are. It's just because those things, like...
How long can your profile be? Because I have a feeling that at least part of the algorithm is scanning keywords.
It's like 50 words or something like that. That's a pretty short.
Yeah, that's
for Bumble,
not
it's
enough.
pretty short, yeah.
I could barely list all my favorite books in 50 words.
I had to cut it down really quick. So basically I substituted that for just, actually it's the quote that we opened the show with from High Fidelity, is just that I'm like...
These things matter.
These things matter, yeah. Books, films, music.
Well...
And, I don't know. But it's weird. I don't... The whole experience is odd to me.
There's a Simpsons episode where I guess Homer and Marge are taking a break and Marge goes to speed dating. Do you remember this one?
No.
And there's like a counselor who's running it, trying to help these people, these singles get set up. And one of them is like, question, how did you and your husband meet? And she's like, oh, we met the old fashioned way, drunk at a bar. And I sort of used that as like my... but I'm kind of seeing somebody now, so that's kind of interesting. But it was really nice to have the time. It is nice to have the time to yourself. Yeah. Being single.
I am looking forward to that.
Yeah. My only really bad habit lately is I probably drink too much, and that's probably because I was in the habit of drinking by myself for a while. Yeah. And so I'm trying to curb that and change that.
Did spend a few months dry.
Yeah.
And I have started drinking socially again.
Socially?
Yeah, I don't have alcohol in the house.
Don't buy any for your new place and see how that goes.
Exactly. Yeah. So I'm going with that, and, I'll go out on Friday or Saturday and have a drink or two. But then I've just never been a bar guy either. I always feel awkward. I just get in my own little bubble at a bar, and I don't know. I've been told by many people in various settings over the years that I'm kind of that I kind of give off an unapproachable vibe, like a leave me alone kind of thing. So I don't know.
Maybe that's something to address also.
I think so. I do think so. What was I going to say?
Dating apps. These millennials.
Yeah, it's just a weird thing. Like, this was not... I mean, I know it was kind of a thing. Well, so this is also... like most of the long-term relationships that I've been in, actually all the long-term relationships I've been in, I actually met the women